Okay, we're out here. I'd moved my Cornish rocks down yesterday, and I got a rain coming up on Monday, so I need to get another retaining wall set up below this first upper retaining wall because I was having a waterfall washing down into my lower chicken coop over here. So I thought I'd show you how to do this because this isn't terribly difficult. There's only a few tools that are needed and strong back, but I get these smaller retaining wall blocks, and these are kind of decorative. I get from Home Depot. They've got some clay mixed in, which matches nice with the Georgia soil and clay, that is. And so what I do is I take my sort of pickaxe that I got over there, and I kind of dig a channel straight down, and then I've got a 6-foot level that I lay in the channel to make sure it's fairly level. And then I come back with sackcrete, they call it, and put that in there. And I start laying my blocks, and I use a smaller level to kind of check level as I'm going on, and I use a tamper to kind of even it up. That's what that thing with the flat end, you can see it's well used. It's got, half of it's missing. Broken off, that is. So anyways, I'm started on this wall. This isn't going to take too long, just trying to get it done before the sun gets too high and too hot. But I'm already got more than half of it done, and I've got already hauled my retaining wall blocks up here close to where I'm working. So anyways, this is going to be too high. Let me back down this hill without falling down. So it'll be nice and decorative. And the nice thing about this particular approach is I can then step down and make a staircase. Sorry, I got stuff in the way here, but there'll be a staircase in front of this other chicken coop and next to my rabbit deck. So anyways, my wife was cleaning out the birthing boxes, I guess you'd call it, and she uncovered, well, these were already uncovered, but these are some of the older kits that I've got, and you can see they are monsters. They're about ready to graduate outside these boxes, but there's 2 here and then 3 here. So I wanted to show you. It's funny, they haven't been handled that much, and so they squeal like a little pig. A couple of them when you pick it up, because they're just not used to us being handled. They're used to only being handled by their mama. The mama that's inside this one here, she's one of those on the wild side, so I had to pick her up, put her in an empty place while Barb was cleaning out this kennel, or this hutch. All right, so that's kind of where we're at. Let me get working on this wall a little bit more, and I'll show you the finished product because it's not going to take that much longer. I may have to come back and shoot this when the sun's a little bit higher up so that you can see this, but it's not perfectly straight, but I'm actually trying to slope the water from this side right here all the way down over there, so it's got a slight curve to be able to channel the water. The only thing I got left to do is I got a few more stone retaining wall blocks I got to put up on the end, and then I'm going to backfill this with the bag concrete. I got one more bag I'm going to spread on the back side that kind of seals it up and channels the water. And then what I'm going to do another day is I'm going to come down here and make some stair steps walking down here using these same retaining wall blocks, because this is really dicey when it gets wet. My chicken got in here and he can't figure out how to get out now. I've still got some chickens. You got to see this. They don't use the nesting box. I got 1 or 2 of them. Can you see that back there? It gets behind the tarp, and he's laid an egg. She's laid an egg, and she's acting a little broody, so I got to come back a little later, steal the egg, and get it out of there. But I find 2 back here behind this tarp. Now this is a little more advanced, but it's still the same principle. Just dropped my glove. I build these, it's like a staircase beds, and some of these are pretty long. They're probably about 7-8 feet wide. I think this one's maybe 12 feet long. This one I think is 16 feet long. And this was kind of like something that really was almost useless previously, and now I've made some really nice garden beds. After I relocate my blueberries here, I'm going to make one more big old bed, and that probably finishes off this side. But I thought this is very decorative, and again, it'll last forever. This first bed up here, we didn't get it level when we came around the corner, so I've got to rebuild that this year before I plant. But that only take me about an hour. It's not a big deal. Just the guy I had helping me didn't quite understand how to keep it level when you're coming around. So you can see it kind of sinks in there. And then we've done brick pavers. We took bag concrete and we're able to kind of go over a sidewalk. In this area, didn't have a sidewalk at all, and we connected the driveways, and this makes it real nice for firewood. And I did the same thing on the bottom one as well. Just makes it easier. I'm out of breath because I've been working with those dang blocks. I think they're about 22 pounds a piece. Yeah, see, here's another walkway, and we use retaining wall blocks on each side to kind of contain the bag concrete, but that walks all the way up and connects to my lower basement. So these walkways, they're really not terribly expensive to do, but it really dresses up the property, and it makes it a lot more functional to move materials back and forth. Maybe this year I'll actually be done with all the projects. We'll see. All right, well, that's a bonus feature today. While I was building that retaining wall, I thought I'd kind of show you how you can do it. I should mention, if you're like in the Northeast or something, you probably got to dig down and bury the first blocks so that your permafrost doesn't heave your walls. There's different rules in different areas how far you can build these without having some additional support structures and things. But in Northeast Georgia, all I need is about 2 inches of that bag concrete, and the walls support just fine. All right, well, have a great day. Hope this is helpful for you. It really dresses up the place. God bless.